everybody, it's Alyce-Kay Ruckelshaus with Threshold of Hineni, and I've got a little bit of time to work on this journal. So I wanted to do a closure. I had debated over whether I was going to have a closure or not, but I really do want one on this. So I'm going to go ahead and do a very simple closure, and I also want to work a little bit on some of our tags and other things that are going to be in here. For the closure, I was thinking either lace, that's kind of pretty, or some fabric ribbon like this, which actually I think I like that better. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use some fabric ribbon. I've got plenty here already torn from when we made the cover, so I'm just going to go ahead and snip this here and oops, there we go. All right, and I can set the fabric aside. Okay, so we're going to want to cut this in half. That's plenty big, and I know it's got a lot of thread hanging out on it right now, but we'll use that for fraying. Okay, now this goes over, oh no, it doesn't go to the selvage. Okay, I thought maybe it went to the selvage. So we can go ahead and we can pull some of this, I think. I may actually do some more fraying off camera. I can do that so we don't have to take up your time with fraying it. But what I'll do is after when we get off camera, I'll just pull loose thread so that it's a little bit frayed. It doesn't need to be super frayed, but I do want it to be a little bit frayed on the edges. But like I said, that's kind of time consuming, so I'm not going to try to do it right now. Yeah, I'm not going to try to do it right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and just... All right, so this would be best if it was done before I bound the book, but at that time I was thinking that I didn't want to have a closure, so I wasn't bothering with it. But since I am going to, I'm going to go ahead and where I'm going to stitch it, I'm going to fold it under twice, like that. Okay, and if you're not an experienced seamstress, you can go ahead and sew that. In fact, I think I'm going to because it's going to be hard enough to work with this book with it already bound. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sew just the end, just the one end that's going to be sewn to the actual book. And I'm just kind of hemming it there because I don't want that part to fray, because if it does, then eventually, it'll come off of the book. So we want to make sure that we've got a nice finished edge there. Is this part of the selvage? No, it's not. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn this one under also, but I'm leaving the other end free to fray. Okay. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to sew it right onto the edge right here. Okay, so this is going to be a little hard to do it so that you guys can see. Let me see if I can work this out. Let me get these things off of here. Those are things I'm going to make cards and stuff from. And sorry, I have so much on my table right now. Okay, so the hemmed end we're going to take and we're going to leave it turned under. We're going to sew it right here. Okay, right in there. But I want to turn it so that I can see the front, because I want to make sure I'm not messing up the front of my cover. All right, so I've got it in there. I know exactly where I'm going to sew to get it down. Like I said, it's a little bit difficult because of having the book already bound, but we can deal with that. Okay, and I'm going to sew it twice. I'm zigzagging it because that holds it the best. And I'm going to sew it twice just so that it has extra holding power to it. Okay, so that's that one side. Now I want to make sure that I get it at the exact same place on the other side. So I'm going to hold it closed while I set this up. Okay, so I want it to be right there. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to turn this over so that I can see what I'm doing on the outside of the cover. There we go. And I'm I'm going to sew it twice. Zigzagging, I'm starting a little bit before the beginning of the fabric and ending a little bit after. Okay, and I'm going to go over it again. Really easy, but it makes a nice little closure. You want to make sure if you do this that your the fabric that you're using for the closure, the strips, is long enough, because you know, as people add, as your recipient adds more and more to the book, it's going to get fatter and fatter. So you want to make sure that you've made these ribbons long enough for them to be able to do that. Okay, and then it can just be tied. Now, if you want to make these really long, or like if you use lace, I don't think I would do this with fabric so much, but if you did it with lace, then you could make them really long, and then it could wrap around once or twice before tying it in a bow. But since I'm doing it from the fabric, I don't want it to cover the angel. So there we go. And that makes a nice little closure. Okay, so we're going to open it up now though, because we're going to work in the book a little bit. Okay, so I like to keep my tags for the most part really simple, because I want to be able to write on them. And so I'm seriously, I'm not real good at collage anyway, so I don't really like to do a lot of collage. But we've got this nice big pocket here. I haven't thought ahead of time about what I'm doing. I've just printed out. In fact, I'll go through with you what I've printed out so you can see. Okay, so I have a couple of these little lunch bags, but they're tiny. They're like, where's my ruler here? They are, let's measure them. And I got these from Amazon. They probably have them on Etsy too. Almost 7 inches by about 3.5 inches. I'll put a link below for these on Amazon if you'd like. And then I just ran them through my printer. Now, I've never had any problem with regular lunch bags going through the printer, but with these, it actually took several tries to get these to turn out very well. You do want to avoid yellow. Yellow is not going to show up very well on the brown. Blues and greens do okay, but they look kind of funny. Really the best choices are your reds and oranges and darker browns and blacks. Okay, this one I did this way so that this could possibly be another pocket, but I think I like this one better. Okay, so other things that I printed out to potentially use as cards. I think I have too much here, but I've got, now I took her pages and I put them onto docs, into a doc file, and that way I could shrink them and blow them up and crop and stuff. So this is what I've got. Now these two angels are from Pixabay, and this is also, I believe, all of these are from Pixabay. These are from Penny's kit that goes with this. I think I resized these. I think these were the faux postage stamps, and I cropped them so that I could resize them larger, because these will make nice sized cards. Okay, and so there should be like about 3 pages of those in here. Again, resizing things. This I was thinking, because I've done all these on cardstock, and I was thinking that each of these sections would make a nice card. And then what I've done also is I've printed on the back of them with a design that can be written on. And I think most of the backs are from Pixel Scrapper, so I'll link that below also. Here's some more of Penny's faux postage stamps that I blew up, and then here's some of her pages that I shrunk down to make nice size cards. Okay, and again, same thing there. I really like this. I just got this today from Pixel Scrapper, and I really like that. I like the little water spark things. These ones are from Pixabay. And then these are from Penny's kit. Some more of her faux postage stamps. We've already used the angel. That's where I got it from for the front. This is actually not on cardstock. I don't know if I'll use that for anything or not. Here are some more of these. You know, and I figured I would cut these in half. These are full page spreads, but they're shrunk down. And I can just cut these in half to be cards, or they could, you know, go as the whole thing. And then these ones are also from Pixabay. Okay, so, oh, and this one I didn't print on the back of, so I probably won't use that. Oh, this one's not printed on the back either. Oh, some of these aren't printed on the back. Oh dear. Okay, well, we'll figure out what to do with them. So, I thought that I would do a few cards. Let's start out with the ones that are printed on the back. Those are going to be the easiest to use. So, let's see what we have here. Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to set this aside. So we have space to work here, and I want my paper scissors. Okay, so like I said, I like to just go really simple on the cards because I want to be able to write on them. That to me is the main reason why I have them. Sometimes, you know, maybe I'll put a picture on one or something, you know, a photograph that goes with what I'm journaling about, so I might glue a picture onto it. But for the most part, I'm going to use these for writing on, so I do try to keep them kind of simple. Okay, so and then that's got just a little design printed on the back, but enough to make it, you know, usable. Now what I could do, what I meant to do was to bring my cooling rack over here to use to put lines on the back system. So I'm going to save this to do in a different video where I can do that. Actually, I think we'll save all the ones that are on that. Okay, this one has a more interesting back. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut these ones out. Probably should use my paper trimmer, huh? I'm not the best hand cutter, but we'll see how I do. And yeah, let's use the trimmer. Okay, now this is white on this side because it's leftover stuff, but it's got some of this on the other side. So I'm going to save this for possibly using for more cards or for franken paper. Okay, let me get my paper trimmer here so I can get the rest of my cuts straight. Okay, so I like this. This little gadget is called The Works, and it's by We Are Memory Keepers. I'll link it below. I like it because it's wonderful for, especially if you want to go someplace. It's great to take along because it's got like all these different things in it. It's got a hole punch. It's got stuff for making banners and for making tags and envelopes. It's just like all these different gadgets in one, which is just really nice. It also is less expensive than buying all those gadgets. So now all my little scraps are going into the drawer that I have for my... Okay, and then we'll round these corners before we do anything else with it. So let me just cut these real quick. I forgot what time I always forget to check and see what time I start. Sorry, you guys. So let's cut this, and then I guess cut this off here, because these are two different sizes. There we go. Let's get the top. Oops. Oh, usually it doesn't do that with cardstock, especially. There we go. And let's get this edge. Tags are really an important part of junk journals because they provide interest, they provide interaction, and they create more space to write on. The other thing about tags that's really nice is that if you just want to write a short little bit, tags are perfect. You don't feel compelled to write a full page. You know, you can just write whatever it takes to, well, let's keep this here, whatever it takes to fill up the space that you're looking for. Okay, so this we'll probably put something on there, or we might leave it for the recipient to add a picture to or something. I'm not sure. We'll see. I mean, this is going to be really nice to journal on the back of, so we'll see. I do want to cut off those white edges. Okay, there we go. Okay, so then there is a corner trimmer here, a corner rounder thing. See that? That's really nice. Now, if you have the envelope maker, don't throw it away. Or if you want to get it, it's like, right now, I think it's $6.99 on Amazon, the envelope maker. It rounds the corners, in my opinion, a little bit better. This just barely rounds them, which is fine. But I like, now what's going on? I like the way that, I'll show you with the envelope maker. It rounds them a little bit more. Does more of a distinct rounding. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and let's round these while we're at it. Although I may, I may trim some of these so that they look more like tags. Sorry, I'm not thinking. I'm going to round them all for now. Okay, and then I'll show you how to use the tag trimmer on the works. Okay, so on the works, on the back, you've got this really cool little thing here. Okay. Oh, where'd the magnets go? My magnets have disappeared. I'm going to have to hunt them down. Okay, well, I don't need them for this. But, so what you're going to do to make your tags with this little gadget is where it says tag right there, you're going to stick it in there. Okay? Then, what you do is you push this up against here. Okay? It's indented. I don't know if you can see that or not. And you figure out how much you want to cut off from this one side. So I'm going to trim it right here. Okay, now I'm going to look at it first. It's at 1/2 inch. Okay, the top is at 1/2 inch. Okay, now in order to get the same cut on the other side, I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to make it so that the top is at 1/2 inch, which is this line right here. Okay, now you want to make sure that you scoot your side up against here. Okay, and then I've got this at the 1/2 inch mark, like that, and there we go. Voila, it is perfect. I think I want to cut off that top because now that looks like it's, there we go. So that's perfect. Okay, and then there's a little hole punch on here too. Where is the hole punch? I think that's this one. I haven't used it long enough to be completely used to it yet, but let's see. Yep, that's the hole punch. I got it a little bit off center. Let's do another one just slightly over, and then we can just put the ribbon through. We'll thread the ribbon through both of those. Okay. All right, so we'll make another tag here. Let's get rid of this bottom part. I love having all of this in one. It is really, really nice. Okay, I don't want to cut off too much of this, so I'm probably going to, I think I'm going to put it at 2 inches so I don't lose too much of the design. Maybe up at 3/4 inch. Yeah, 3/4 is good. Okay, so I've got the top right here where my thumbnail is, and I've made sure that I've pushed this up against the ruler part, okay? All right, then flip it over. What do we do it at? 3/4 inch, I think. Okay, so 3/4, kind of have to follow it out here. Make sure that you've pushed your side up against the ruler part, and there we go. There we have it, and it's easier to use the hole punch if you turn it towards you, because then you can center it here. I was trying to do it sideways and I couldn't see where the center was, so that wasn't very good. Okay, so there we've got our little opening, our little hole for our ribbon or whatever we're going to put in there. Okay, and then didn't I have 3 of them? Oh, here's the other one. There we go. Okay, so let's make this the top, and let's go to 1/2 inch. I like that. 1/2. Flip it over. Make sure it's bedded up against the ruler here. If you don't have it bedded up against the ruler, it's gonna come out really weird. So I've done that a few times. It's really easy to not get it bedded up. So there we go. There you have it. And let's turn it sideways and put a hole get it centered, and punch the hole. Okay, so I'm going to put this away. Now this is magnetically connected here, but it's better to like make sure that you put it away. Just slip it in here. Okay, so, and you can use that for stamping, for scoring. It does, I think they say like 14 different things, and I think that I've actually figured out how to make it do more than that. So, all right, I'm going to leave this one aside for now. Okay, so let's at least, I haven't figured out ahead of time what I'm doing here, so I'm just thinking of it as we go. Let's at least go ahead and ink the edges of these. And I think we'll probably just tie some ribbon in them. Like I said, I like to keep it really simple. This one here, I don't know, I'm thinking of putting one of those faux postage stamps onto it or something, because it is really plain. But on the other hand, it could be written on, or it could be left plain for the recipient to add a picture to. And I don't know if you noticed, but it was still white over there, so this ink took care of that problem. Okay, so that looks nice. And let's just go ahead and ink up the edges of all of these. The inking is kind of subtle when you've got it on this pink here. Now on this next one that I'm going to do, this one here, see how there's still some white along the edge here? It's actually part of the tag. It's not really white, it's kind of grayish, but to me it looks kind of white, so I want to make sure that I get ink on those parts. So I'm kind of going at more of a deeper angle here to cover that up. It's really easy to just, if there's something you're not happy with, it's easy enough to correct it. Okay. Okay, so let's do some really simple ribbons. We've got 3 different tags. Let's do 3 different things here. We've got some of this pink ribbon, would be really easy to use here someplace. Let's go ahead and use that in here. Now these holes are really small. These are smaller than like if I used my hole punch. So I'm bending this in half, folding it in half, and then putting it through the hole. And that works just fine. There we go. And then I want to trim this because it's kind of fraying a little bit. If you cut your ribbons, oh, that's paper scissors. If you cut your ribbons at an angle, they're not going to fray so much. They might not fray at all. I've also seen people burn the edges. Okay, so we could tie it in a knot, but what I like to do so that the recipient can take the ribbon off if they want to really easily, but it still looks really nice and neat, is to make a slip knot. And all you have to do is you pull this out here and then pull your 2 loose ends through, and voila. There's the back of the slip knot, here's the front of it. You can do it either way. Okay, so that's one. That was really, really easy, and we'll find a place to put that in a few minutes. Okay, so another one that we want to do, how about some lace? Do I have any? Let's use, oh yeah, let's use this. Okay, this is really wide lace. I could cut it in half lengthwise because you can see it's really like 2 different things put together. And that's oftentimes how I will use it. But I think I really want the wide stuff here for this one. So I only have 1 hole on this one, so I'm going to kind of twist it here to make it as thin as possible to fit through that hole. And notice that I'm doing it in the middle. I'm making kind of a loop that I'm sticking through. That's going to be the loop for my slip knot. Okay. If I had ribbon that was this wide, it wouldn't have fit through. It would be way too thick. But lace, I was able to do that. I have another hole punch that punches bigger holes if I need it. Okay, so that's cute, right? And I like it to be long, especially with something stiff like lace, because that'll stick up through the top of the journal. What do we want for this? How about some of our, we've got some scraps here. Do we have anything that's big enough? Here's a nice big one. But I'm not sure that that really goes with that. I think we need something that's brown for that? What do I have that's brown that's close at hand? I've got twine. Ooh, twine could be very cool. Okay, so let's do some twine. And I think we're going to do a few pieces, or at least two. Oops, where'd my end go? There it is. And I don't have to cut them exactly the same length, but I want to find the center of each of them, or at least close to the center. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay, and I'm gonna make a loop with both of those and stick them through the hole like this. And again, I'm gonna do my little slip knot like that. Okay. Another thing that you can use fabric, you can use cheesecloth. Okay, but this is kind of nice. And it really goes with this design for this card. Okay, so let's look for where we're going to put these three things. And I think I am going to just leave that plain. I think that's really pretty. And the recipient can either write on it or they can put a picture on it. That'll look really cute. Okay, so I think we want this one close to the beginning. That. Ooh, in fact, it matches right there with that. That's kind of cool, right? I like that. Okay, either that or because it doesn't really stick up over the top, let's look for a side pocket that we can put it in. And I still need to put a pocket here in the front. Let's not forget about that. Yeah, what about here for these? We can use both of these right here. Okay, so we can, I was thinking of putting in a big tag, but actually 2 tags is kind of nice. So we can put both of those in. There we go. Okay, and then I'm looking for a side pocket for this one. Just check out I need to make a long narrow tag for that one. Where do we have, did we do any side pockets in this? I can't believe it if I didn't. There we go. Okay, but will it fit? No, it won't fit. Okay, I may not, my side pockets may be too narrow to do, so we may, oh, there we go. I think it'll fit in here, will it? Nope, it's too fat for that one. Okay, I don't think I have any other side pockets. So I think it'll have to go in a regular pocket. Let's see, how about right here? That's nice, don't you think? Okay, so that's good right there. And then we still have, this is also a bag, so we can put something in there also. Okay, all right, so I think that's going to be it for today. We did the closure, and we did 3 pockets. 3 tags, really simple, straightforward tags. I will probably do some more of those really straightforward tags off camera and come back again tomorrow and do some other kinds of tags. I have some other ideas of things that I want to do for to go in the book. So, all right, I love you all. And in case I didn't mention what this says, it says live your dream. All right, I love you all. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.